this is what I wanted to say at the beginning, but I forgot. If you're somebody who believes that there are no good Jews, this show, you better just turn this off.
Yeah.
And we
But
just
there
lost
are
half
some
our audience.
people who think that.
There are, and it's wild because like flip that around. And so what the anti-Israel crowd loves to do is like flip those words about Israel and say the other side, and that would be. But if you say there's no good Jews, flip that to like
there's no good Muslims.
White people, black people, Muslim people.
It's all DEI bullshit.
And I know there's people on Twitter that are clip that and be like, yeah, there are no good black people.
Yeah, I'm going to clip it.
Yeah, exactly. No. And it's like, cool, man, believe whatever you want to believe. I still don't
That's
hate
why
you for
I
it,
would
but...
never say the blacks did this.
Yeah.
You know, but
Christians.
they say the Jews. It really pisses me off because there's like 150 different kind of Jews.
Yeah. And Jewish people, I think, go through so much more, especially around the Israel questions. Like, figuring out how to align and how to speak about it is 10 times harder for a Jewish person.
Yeah.
Because you have all this cultural pressure, all this family, like you have all this history, you have all your personal, like, relationships to the issue. It's just way
and the
way
Bible.
wilder.
Yeah, and you're emotionally connected spiritually.
Right?
It's your
nation, your hope, your people, your tribe, your religion.
Plus, one thing that people never mention is that it's really the last Jewish state. Yeah, there's Jews in New York and Jews in LA, but this is a Jewish state.
It's the only one.
It is the only one. But even then, it's not really even a Jewish state because it's, the Al-Aqsa Mosque is in the middle of Jerusalem. It's invaded and colonized. You can make that argument. Occupied. But what I'm saying is when you're talking to Christians or Muslims on this argument from our side, it's like, hey, you got 56 countries and 1 billion fucking people. We can't even have one, and there's like 7 million people there, and we're having the same argument with you guys.
And it's integrated.
It is integrated, but it's like, why are we having this discussion?
It's the only integrated state in the whole effing Middle East.
It is. That is true. And you had said something really good on Twitter, which was if the Vatican was the last Christian stronghold, let's say Islam takes over and starts beheading Christians all over the world.
Well, they are doing that.
They are. But let's say it gets to the point where Christians are now holding just the Vatican. This is their one space. And we're like, hey, those Vatican, they were priests raping kids and they transferred. They were in with the child trafficking. Those fucking Christians are horrible. Like, that's terrifying if you're a Christian at that point. That's how we feel. And I wanted to make that point. And you made that on Twitter. And that's why you're here, because you were very generous about it. Sorry you're scared.
I'm going to have a very hot take on this that'll piss all sorts of people off.
Oh, good. I love that.
Let's go.
But, and it's important to state that I'm not really like a traditional Christian, so I do not speak for Christians in any way.
Yeah.
But I would argue that you actually just elucidated in another way the reason why I think that Israel is not good for Jewish people, on like conceptually speaking, in the sense that if I am a Christian and what represents Christianity has been reduced to just one country as like our last hope for Christianity, and we've decided that country, that state, is representative of my religion, and the Vatican is that country, fuck that.
Have you seen what's in our water lately? Fluoride? No thanks. The future of oral care is not fluoride, it's peptides. It's time to ditch the poison and upgrade your oral smile and upgrade your oral care with Smile, the first ever doctor-formulated peptide toothpaste from the Wellness Company. This stuff regenerates gum tissue. That is so exciting. Straightens enamel and naturally whitens your teeth without fluoride, peroxide, or junky chemicals but it is packed with peptides, blue spirulina and aloe vera, and actually works with your body to heal from the inside out. That's a new one.
I love this company. They're like the best thing that ever happened to America. For real.
They're like doctors.
They're real doctors, and here's the thing. They do things that help your body.
Yeah, Crazy. They're not trying to jack up their insurance prices.
Or kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get a bonus for that,
I think so. I love it. It's Dr. Drew.
Ready to take back control of your mouth? Well, I should think about that. But get 10% off plus free shipping. Head to twc.health/RB. Use the code RB. Take action today for a healthier tomorrow.
The Vatican is evil, and the Vatican is a deep state apparatus for centuries, and the Vatican has so many scandals and like all the trafficking or child abuse scandals. So it's like, I would never want the Vatican to have to represent my religion.
Absolutely.
And so Judaism went through
millions of Catholics do.
Yeah. Exactly, right? And I do not get that read. Like, that's a weird decision to make about, whatever.
People are emotional.
But Judaism went through a transformation when Israel was founded, where Jews had a correct me if I'm wrong, but Jews had like an international identity as like wanderers, as sort of like God's lost people, right? But still very tied by that to each other, right? Even
it was nationalistic.
Exactly.
It depends on where you were. If you were a Jew in China or Ethiopia or Yemen or Saudi Arabia or Iran, you were always identified as other. So Absolutely. It was not your home. You were the people of Moses on your driver's license, and it always related to, Israel, the Zion.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I'm not claiming it was easy or good for them.
That's the reality. Yeah. Is there is only one place, and of course it's the land over which our sacred and ascended masters are buried. And of course we want to be there so we can visit, because all of our holidays are about paying homage to our teachers and leaders. So of course we want to be there, and we don't want our holy places shat in as they were under Muslim rule. Right. We want to control, we want sovereignty over, our homeland. And that's what people don't understand, which is horrible. But what they also don't understand is that it's very much about tribal rights versus corporate rights. And it's one of, they went in the Middle East and destroyed Islam as a conquering, supremacist, and colonial occupier, does everywhere and always has. They aren't even from the Levant. The Arabs are from the peninsula of Arabia, and they came in and killed, the Macedonians, every single tribe, and took over their lands and declared them Muslim lands. And we all know history. And, that's how it's going right now in Europe. Mm-hmm. And that's how it's about to go in America. But the media, for some reason, doesn't cover any of that. It doesn't cover a whit of it because it's too busy talking about Jews in Israel, which is, to me, well, I won't even go, but I'm like, Israel is what America used to be. It's like, we're going to kick their fucking ass. We're going to kick their fucking ass. They attacked us on 7 fronts after a massacre. We're going to kick their fucking ass. We're going to beat them back. If I was the prime minister or the president of this country, I'd blow fucking Iran sky high. I wouldn't think twice about it. Yeah.
But that would start a global war.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't, because I'd get China. I'd do a twofer. I'd get Russia too. I'd get them all. I blow every fucking one of them sky high.
That's the definition of a world war.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have time to hit me back.
She'd end the world war in 2 days.
I'd just end the whole fucking war.
Oh, you see, my patience is growing thin.